Today on Sugar Spun Run, I'm sharing my secret family recipe for a favorite lunch that's been passed down through generations. Hey Sugar Spun Bakers, Sam here, and today I am so excited to be sharing another carefully tested, well-researched, and perfected recipe. This recipe has been handed down in my family through generations, and we've always kept it a secret under lock and key. Today, I am going to be sharing that recipe with you, and I'm so excited for you to try it. This is my son's favorite recipe, and even though I know we are all very busy at home, it's so important to me to take the time to make a gourmet, sophisticated lunch for him. Now for starters, you're going to want to use a quality brioche bread that you've cut into slices. I highly recommend using a homemade brioche or even using my homemade sandwich bread. The important thing is that it's definitely homemade. The next thing you must have for this recipe is a summer berry puree. Now ideally you have picked these berries by hand in the summer heat and you have reduced them on the stovetop to really bring out their full flavor, and you've just put a lot of love into this. Now very carefully spread this over 1/2 of your brioche. Next, I've made a puree of my son's favorite nuts. Today I am using peanuts and I have finely ground them to a nice thick paste. You'll want to use a knife to carefully spread this over your summer berry puree. Now it's always important that you put your berry puree down first because you really want to get a nice swirl and even distribution by adding the peanut puree second. Look how beautiful it looks. My son just won't even touch it if it doesn't look like this. As the son of a baker, he just has really high standards. All right, now take another fresh slice of brioche and you're going to want to very carefully press that as tightly as you can over the first piece. I'm gonna get everything really well cemented together. My son is really particular and he'll only eat his peanut butter and jelly if it's cut into a star shape. So it's harder to do than it looks, but fortunately my son is less than 2 years old, so he doesn't really know what a star looks like. Of course, you don't want to let any of this go to waste, so I always like to save the scraps to use to start a garden. That way you will always have the ingredients you need for this recipe on hand at all times. And that is how you make my favorite family recipe. We've been serving this through the generations, and I'm so excited to finally be sharing this with you today. If you try this one out, please let me know what you think. Tag me on Instagram. I always love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Exquisite.